Can you land on the horse? Hello, everybody. I'm Amy Newman.
And I am Chris Carr, and we are two filthy casuals.
And we know that getting into a new fandom can be intimidating with all the gatekeepers and the thousands of dollars for tickets out there.
Absolutely. Too expensive. So we're going to shake that off. That's why on this podcast, I know, look
Someone
at me.
knows song
I know
titles.
a song. Brag about it. That's why on this podcast, we invite on a super fan. And that way, they can answer your questions so you can dip your toe in, sans judgment, and without dealing with Ticketmaster.
1989.
Ooh, there you go.
Thank
Nailed
you.
it.
That's it. Squeak, squeak. I've started with all the knowledge I have.
Great.
We are so excited to welcome our super fan today, writer and actor, Trevor Waggoner.
Hello, that's me. I'm Trevor. Good to be here.
Thanks for being here. So, Taylor Swift and her Eras Tour was this huge phenomena.
Huge.
Why?
Why was it big?
Yeah. What's so amazing about all this?
Oh my
Because I
gosh.
remember the buildup, and I, as a person who knew of her, I went, for why is this a thing?
Yeah.
I feel like I was shocked by how many people I knew were going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was a weird I know a lot more people who are this massively Taylor Swift fans than I realized.
The
Yeah.
demographic spans far and wide.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's because of really the buildup of the pandemic and stuff that happened right before the pandemic. She released her Lover album in 2019, I believe. And it was a big success. Critically, it was kind of a little mixed, but she was going to do this concert called Loverfest, which was going to be one on the West Coast, one on the East Coast. I believe it was LA, New York, and it was going to be a whole weekend, maybe 2 weekends. It was going to be more like Coachella, but Taylor Swift, and has a bunch of other artists and all this stuff. And that was going to start spring of 2020.
Ah,
Yeah.
there she is.
And there it is. So it was a big thing.
As did all our positive life plans for ourselves.
Yeah.
I have it all
Yes.
figured out, and April 2020, my life began.
Yep.
Yep.
Completely gone. And right around that time, she also announced that she was going to be re-recording all of her albums from before Lover, just because of her masters got sold to Scooter Braun. So she wasn't making money or as much money off it, and she doesn't really like Scooter Braun because he kind of sucks. He's a bad person. So she was like, I'm gonna.
I love your energy. How that's the meanest thing I've ever heard you say.
Thank you. Yeah, Scooter. Sorry, but you're so bad.
Canceled.
You're
Oh, I'm so sorry. We've canceled Trevor Waggoner. Harsh comment.
Yeah, the big Scooter fans are gonna come after me.
The Scooties.
The Scooties. But yeah, so she announced that she was going to do that as well. So then the pandemic hit. She releases 2 new albums in the pandemic, Folklore and Evermore, in addition to, I'm trying to remember, 2 re-records. So she released Fearless and Red. So that's 4 new albums from Taylor Swift without ever having a concert for those specific albums. And then right before her tour started, she released another new album, Midnight. And so that's 5 albums total. And during the pandemic, obviously a lot of people, actually everyone hopefully, is at home. Don't have a lot of time to do anything else. So they kind of give Taylor Swift a chance. A lot of people who either weren't fans of Taylor or they were when they were younger, and then she went pop and they're like, we just like country or something. Or, you just get older and your tastes change. They can finally listen to all of her albums. And a big draw was that first one, Folklore, which is so songwriter heavy.
And we are all in our feelings.
Oh, yeah.
We were all doing our little mental health walks. What's the soundtrack, babe?
Yep.
For sure. And that was the soundtrack of our mental health decline. Because she was in love with this guy, but he I mean, she said that it was like all fictional, but like how much of it was really fictional?
But who was it?
Joe Alwyn.
From the 1975, yeah?
Was he in that?
I believe so.
Oh,
I think
no.
that's a different guy.
Sorry, that's a different guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Joel Alwyn is an actor.
From The Brutalist.
Yeah, he was in The Brutalist most recently.
Okay.
And then he was in that
like
Yorgos Lanthimos movie, Favorite.
More like the Brutalist runtime.
Honestly,
I think I've made that joke on this podcast before. I have beef with that movie.
I think that every single movie should have an intermission. I loved it.
Love that.
I adored the intermission of The Brutalist.
But,
sorry, side note.
Oh, we've never tangented on this podcast.
On this, great. I'm glad to be the first.
He was also in that terrible movie, Kinds of Kindness.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
God,
Also,
I don't like that movie.
I didn't like it either.
No.
I didn't see it, but I did see The Brutalist. And I'm sorry if I'm repeating stories on this podcast, but I'm still mad about it. So I'll say it as many times as I can. So there's a 15-minute intermission baked into that film, right? There's a little timer. There's like a still that goes up on the screen. Great. Okay. I went and I saw it. Shout out the Burbank AMC 16.
That's where I saw it.
That parking lot always smells like sewage, but otherwise it's fine. It does though. Oh, you're gonna get A-list, and we're gonna go smell the sewage together.
I won't. I'm gonna enjoy not being able to smell, and all you dummies who have working noses.
But you're not colorblind, so you will get to
Get to see
experience the
it?
joy that I'm so sorry. We'll get back to Taylor in a minute. The colors of the parking garage
so
buttons
confusing.
are like orange, yellowy orange, and then orangey yellow. And the levels are like P1, P1, P2. Which one do you think you want to go to get to the theater? Chris, it's P. You're going to P.
You're going to P.
You're going to pee to go, but
To
that
go
would
to
be
the theater.
parking.
Someone clicked
Yes.
it. No, it's for Palm. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's stupid, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm fine. I have 2 full hours for the first act of this movie to come down from all that. I'm fine. I'm calm. I'm enjoying my AI Hungarian accent. Let's go. Then the intermission starts. I'm like, great. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to P1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
You got
that far in.
And then I come back in. I like kind of do a little lap around the AMC. I come back in. I've been gone maybe 5-10 minutes. I come in. They have just started the intermission
I heard
reel.
that was happening.
They just started. So I'm like, now I have 15 minutes? So on top of this 3-hour and whatever 30-minute movie, I also have a full 25-minute break in the middle.
Damn.
I think it was big popcorn caused this to happen because, hand to God, I was like, I'm going to go get a kids pack.
Whoa.
Because I need...
Big fan of Kids Pack. I think... Okay, I said I wasn't going to shout. This is my shouting moment.
Yay!
I think that anytime you go to a movie theater, you should get a Kids Pack.
Well, I like because
It's reasonable.
you get the right amount of popcorn, the correct
Too
amount of
much.
popcorn. You get a little sweet bite. Then, look, my one complaint: a slightly larger soda would be ideal.
I agree.
But when we're dealing with a Coke Freestyle, I do like that I haven't now committed to like an entire vanilla Coke Zero.
Yes.
And I can, pro tip, Sprite Zero Pineapple. Game changing.
Really?
Oh, Lord.
Oh my gosh, I'm going on Sunday.
Oh.
You go enjoy that.
I might go do
You let me
that.
know how
I
it
might go
goes.
do that. You can also just like get an icy, like free. Like you get the kids pack and you just go get yourself an icy.
Is that a
It used to be $1 more. And why am I here? Oh, Taylor. No.
So why we really recommend it's like wear a shirt with your fandom on.
Yeah,
it,
just so that you can
because
see.
20 minutes in, you will be like, and another thing about the AMC.
I did see. I watched the Air Tour at AMC. There, let's save that for the transition.
you
I also went, but then I watched it again.
Yeah.
But anyway, you used to have to pay $1 more for an icy with the kids pack. And then I didn't get charged once when I'm honest, I'm an honest boy. I was like, can I get an icy too? And they're like, yeah. And so then they but they charge, and I was like,
Just some poor, apathetic 15-year-old.
It was definitely.
Do what you want.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's what I thought. It was like, he's a poor, apathetic 15-year-old. Who cares? And so I did it. And then the next time, different AMC, like same response. I was like, this is weird. And so I did bring it up. I was like, oh, I said I'd get an IC. And they were like, yeah, you can just get an IC. And I was like, cool. And now they charge $1 for an upgrade on the candy.
To what?
Like a chocolate bar or something. And I'm like, I'm fine with little gummies. I like these little gummies.
Oh, for the kids pack.
Yeah, for the kids pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, those I can delude myself into believing are healthy.
Yeah, let's try that again.
How is that, buddy? You good?
Go ahead and get the conversation back on track. I'm going to take a little nap.
Should I clap again? Should we start the...
So backtracking tremendously. When we all were feeling all trapped and confused and listening to Taylor Swift, who decided to write multiple albums while we all like maybe made a sourdough starter.
Maybe.
If like I didn't. I was like, that's a big commitment.
I looked
you
it up.
don't make a sourdough starter.
You can make a sourdough starter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just know at the Bodine factory, they've been using the same. They have the mother dough.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool though.
If you go and tour it at DCA,
It's pretty.
the mother dough?
What? Oh no, the bread plate.
Oh,
It is.
Not seeing the dough, I'm not like, it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Look at this little bread fetus. Like, no.
Anyways, I'm so sorry. I'll keep us on track.
Yeah, no.
I won't, but I'll, shut up.
Yeah, no, so that was part of it, was people were like, yeah, let me listen to this. And then folklore was just like really took off.
Taylor Swift has been around
For a while.
For a while.
And very popular for a while.
Yeah.
Not this level.
But you kind of mentioned it's like you also have people who, I mean, how long are we talking? Because it feels like it's almost been long enough now of like the people who found her as teenagers and connected with that era of her music when she was first kind of starting with like Love Story and those songs. I hate to say it, but now probably have little girls of their kids of their own they can like get into.
Yeah, and that's another big part too. They can get
them into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just like the conglomerate of all of that. And also folklore is like folk adjacent, which is folk in itself is country adjacent. So I think all those like other people that liked her country music were all like, okay, this is close enough.
But it wasn't so country that you were alienating the fans who liked when she was poppier. Right. Yeah.
And then Evermore came out, wasn't like as popular for some reason because it's a better album. I'm not here for the albums. I'm here for the tour. I changed my Twitter handle.
The tour and Ices. That's all you're allowed to
And Ices. I changed my Twitter handle to Trevormore when Evermore was released. I was like, this album is made for me.
Oh, I miss when Twitter was good.
I know. But it was a mix of Evermore was kind of like a little more poppy, but also had a little more country influences. So it was like everything. So I think it was just the buildup of, pandemic being locked away. And then suddenly things are kind of like opening up slowly. And she's going on this like huge like tour that's around the entire world. And it became like an experience, like in addition. Like I have a friend who like went to the tour and like she dressed up and there were like people there who were like judging her for dressing up. And we're like clearly there to like be a part of like the movement of going to the Eras tour without like being a big fan, which like, I mean like.
But wasn't dressing up a big part of the experience?
Huge part of it.
Like, I don't know much
yeah.
about this, but I know people. I'm on social media enough that I saw people's Eras tour outfits and knew that was a thing.
That's like a thing.
Yeah.
So that's like really annoying that like sometimes it was like kind of like the, there's the influencers that are like, I have to do this because everyone's doing it kind of thing, which I guess like existed before the influencer thing popped up.
People have always been bitches, I suppose.
Honestly, people be bitching.
From the dawn of time.
But that's still like the very small amount of people that went to Eras tour. But it did become this huge like pop culture moment where it's like, okay, let's all go and celebrate together. Kind of like, not to bring this back to movie theaters, but like I feel like Barbenheimer was the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So like this was like the concert version of like Barbenheimer. And
just that in that it was that post-pandemic, hey, I actually feel connected to strangers in a way I haven't in a couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it is that. It's like some people, I never went to a Taylor Swift concert before Eras tour. I'm not the biggest of a concert goer. I enjoy concerts, but like I'm very picky on how much I want to spend to go stand or sit somewhere. But there's a lot of people who are like me who are like, you know what? I'm like a big fan of this person. Why not like just go celebrate with other people who are going to celebrate it as well, even if I don't know them, And it felt really cool. I don't know. It felt great to like be there, and I was like, wow, there's like thousands of people here, and we're all like here for the same like fandom.
Yeah.
So
the Eras tour was thus called because it sort of spanned her whole career.
Yes.
Which I feel like also makes it a nice selling point.
For sure.
Like because sometimes with concerts too, there's that thing of, well, I really like pieces of this band's music or this artist's music, but do I want to go and maybe they'll just do that thing where they dig their heels in and go, we're just playing the new album. And it's like, that's great. I love that you're making new stuff. Please play the songs I like grew up on. Or I have this affinity for.
Yeah. And it was like each album, the fans deemed it, and then I think Taylor Swift adopted it of like era. So like her first era was the self-titled Taylor Swift. The second one was Fearless. That's when it really started because of Tumblr generation, and she was huge on Tumblr. And same with kind of like the next one, Speak Now. And each one has its own color and kind of like its own style and its own sound. So for her to call it the Eras Tour was also acknowledging the fandom, I guess, and was like, you're a part of this as much as I am because you made me as big as I am, kind of thing.
What's your favorite era?
Evermore, because it was flannel. I love wearing flannel.
Did you dress up?
Flannel.
Yeah.
I didn't wear flannel to the Eras tour because that's insane. Because the show was in August. Horrible idea. I would have. There's no way. And I just also like the music really well. But the one that got me, I used to be, fun fact, breaking news, I used to hate Taylor Swift.
For why?
I know. I think it was I was a teenage boy.
Sure.
And my youngest sister listened to Taylor Swift. And I was like, but I am practically a man. I cannot listen to girl sing. I can't do that. I listen to alternative music like Switchfoot.
Oh,
I know. So alternative. Look out. Christian music. But or Foo Fighters. I was getting into Foo Fighters at that time. I was like, I can't listen to Taylor Swift. And then all my friends were like listening to her. And then I remember we would play it in class. We would play one of her albums. We would play Fearless. And then I was on a trip with some friends, and I realized I remembered every single lyric of Love Story without having ever been like, I'm a big fan, just because it was always around. Yeah. And I was like, okay, maybe I like one Taylor Swift song. And then it like grew from there. And then her next album, Speak Now, was like, okay, I'm a Taylor Swift fan. Fine. Fine. But yeah, why did I bring that up? I don't remember.
We were talking about your favorite era?
My favorite era. Great. Thank you. Transition into Speak Now, which was her third album. That was the time what I just said when I was like, okay, I'm a Taylor Swift fan.
Gotcha.
And I think that was my favorite album for a long time because it was so transformative. And I was like, yeah, do you know what? I should like pop music. Like, who cares? Who cares what I think?
I am boy. You know? Boy can listen to girl.
Boy can listen to girl.
Yes.
Boy can listen to love songs. And breakup music. It's great.
And it's really good breakup music, I will say. She writes a breakup real well.
Oh my gosh. And I was mentioning earlier when she was dating Joe Alwyn, she wrote on Folklore this song called My Tears Ricochet. It's heavy. It's like she just puts all this emotion, she cries, and it just feels like her tears are like ricocheting off him, like mean nothing to him. just so full of like symbolism and beauty, and you're like, I feel so bad for you.
Yeah.
And it's a good time to get in your own feels. Even if you haven't been through what she's been through, you're like, but I still want to feel sad.
I just listen to it and think about when I walked into that theater and the countdown clock for the intermission just started. I'm like, Joe, you did me dirty too.
Yeah, exactly. Joe! I see it. I see why you broke up. But, yeah.
Okay, so the Eras Tour was March 2023 to December 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 150 shows.
Yeah.
Dang.
3 hours of just her. That's not even including the openers.
That is the brutalist of concerts.
It's the brutalist of concerts, and there is no intermission. You just have to like go at some point.
Weirdly, there's still Hungarian AI though.
Weirdly, she still used
Really
AI to
throws you
sound
off. We're like,
Hungarian,
oh.
which I'm like, why are you trying to sound Hungarian?
I didn't love the opening act where Adrian Brody came on and just kept being like, no, not Taylor yet. Let me keep going. There was no break in her.
No, there were transitions in between eras, so you could kind of like scuttle off. Because she had to do like she and the dancers had to do like costume
That
changes.
feels so stressful to me.
Oh yeah,
As
can't
someone who
imagine.
like, I feel if I'm paying that much money to see something, I don't want to miss a moment.
I surprisingly didn't. I was like, I'm not going to go to the bathroom. I'm not going to
Just
do anything.
flannel in an adult diaper.
Yeah, just like adult diaper. Just go.
Sad.
No, I don't think I don't think I drank anything right before.
Smart.
Like in the morning, I did. My sister flew in from Arizona for the concert, and I think we went to the bathroom. We went to get something to eat. We barely could eat because we were nervous. I don't know. We're an anxiety-ridden family.
What if she pulls me on stage?
Yeah. What if she pulls me on stage? But yeah, so like too nervous to eat, I guess. So like we were just like empty in there. But it was great because it worked out.
I'm obsessed with that. So it was this 3-hour show. It looked like an event. You saw some of it.
I did. Well, because I went to
the recording. She
Yeah.
didn't pay that much for tickets.
No, I went
Yeah.
and saw it for somebody's birthday. They wanted to go see a showing of it, but it was one of those late night shows.
Oh,
and
jeez.
fans of the podcast know that I am an old lady who likes to go to bed at 8:30 at night.
Oh,
So the movie started at 10.
absolutely not.
And-
I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. As a big Taylor Swift fan, I wouldn't go at 10.
It was this was for my friend Tiffany, who I love very much. I was like, yeah, this will be a fun birthday. And at the halfway point is when I was like, I gotta leave.
Yeah.
Also, this real sweet boy next to me was having the time of his life. He had been at the show and he kept talking about like moments from the show and like what was happening in there. But he got progressively more violent with his dancing next to me, and I got smacked in the face almost so many times where I had to lean over like this, and Logan just had to hold me and be like, "You just come here."
Wow.
And around that point, I was like, "It's like 12:30, and I'm miserable. This is a delight, but I'm gonna go."
No.
But it was pretty. I
Yeah.
liked what I saw.
I saw many movies in theaters directly next to showings of the Eras Tour.
Could you hear?
Oh, buddy.
You could?
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just remember seeing something. And you know when you walk out of a movie and you feel like changed?
Yeah.
You know, I just saw something where I had gone by myself and I was like really like, that was great, man. And I like walked out and it was like, and you're lying on the hardcore like behind me, like jump scared me out of my like, that was so good, man. Really inspired me to be a better.
Yeah. That's a shocker of a song. I remember when that song came out for the first time, very specifically. My sister got the album. It was Red. I took the album from her because I was driving home from college and I was listening to it. And it was the first time I listened to the album. And she's never done a song like that before. So I was expecting country girl, country pop.
Yeah.
And then that hit and I literally went, ah! As I was driving. I think I turned it down. I was like, what is this? What is this? I don't know if I like this. Turned it up. I'm like, okay, I think I like this.
You were scandalized.
Yeah, I was like, what's this techno?
Dylan goes electric.
I just loved how everyone kept replacing the noise, too.
I do remember this.
Yeah, with the goat.
Goats, or with Michael Scott yelling no.
Yeah.
What a magical time.
That's another big moment in Tears of culture. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what were some of because I feel like when a tour's this big, there's like a whole sort of subculture that forms around. I know there's the dressing up. I know there's friendship bracelets, which I
brought mine, by the way.
I won't get into it.
Amy
Do you
is
not like
very
them?
sad. No, Amy would like one. She's never been given one.
Do you want one of mine?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
No, it's
You
all
should,
right.
Amy, you should take one.
I'm going to give you one
This is
that
gonna be a
I'm
magical
fine
moment
with
for
not
you.
keeping. For anyone who, there's some that I'm not going to give you because I really want them. I still have the light up bracelet. This is just for the YouTubers.
Oh.
Light up bracelet.
I thought it was a Capital One lanyard.
They can see. It is it's sponsored by Capital One.
It's just for the YouTubers?
No, I meant the people watching them online. Just for the YouTube fans.
I gotcha.
They get to see, if you're listening to the podcast, sorry, not sorry. This was the light up bracelet they gave out.
I thought they only... So what was up with the friendship bracelets?
So she
What's the deal?
She had because I was like never a part
What's
of
a friend? Let's start
yeah,
there.
what's a friend?
Always putting them away. I'm not getting one.
There was a lyric. I'll give us a moment together. So.
I love when we get gentle parented on our own podcast.
I'd like to go back to the topic.
Let's get back to me. No, there's a song on her album Midnight called "You're on Your Own, Kid." Another like very emotional song where she's just like, if she was talking to her younger self, she's just like, you got to do this on your own. Like, there's going to be people who come into your life and think that, and you're going to think that they're here for you, but they're just there to make money off you, and then they're just going to like walk away when they can't anymore. But like, it's also to herself being like, but you have like so many friends and so many fans, and you're going to like be making like friendship bracelets and stuff. It's a big part of the bridge. Oh. But anyway, so she mentioned that, and then people started making friendship bracelets for the show. And it was nothing that was like a part of hers. I'll read the ones that I have. Tolerate It. I got this at the concert. That's one of her songs from Evermore. I'm not going to give you that one. Thank You. I don't remember what this... Oh, this was for... I did another Taylor Swift podcast. It was actually for a master's... I'm so sorry. I'll leave.
Fuck out.
I'll leave. No, it was for... my friends did a master's program for sociology, and she was doing like the Taylor Swift, like... just Taylor Swift fandom in general, and like how that plays into sociology. So she gave me a thank you bracelet.
So a much more clever podcast than this one.
No, different. I mean, I guess
We don't have door prizes.
if you're gonna say like clever in that, like she was doing a master's, so it had to be smart because it's a master's program.
They've actually, my alma mater called me and they said, hey, we listened to the podcast. You got to give your degree
Return your
back.
degree. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They were
they're like, this is too nerdy. Yeah. If Arizona State University saw anything I did, they would be like, we regret it. We regret accepting you. Bombalurina, her iconic character in the movie Cats.
I was about to say, isn't that a cat's cat?
It is a cat's cat. It is her character in the movie Cats. One of the greatest movies ever made. Love it. Let's see. What was this one? Oh, Fuck.
Hey.
Yeah, that's it. Got this at the movie.
Oh.
Someone brought a bunch of bracelets to like hand out to everyone. Then realized that there were a bunch of kids around, and half of them she couldn't hand out because they had swear words on them.
Oh no.
So she gave me Fuck. This one
sounds like someone's just learning English.
Yeah.
She gave me fuck.
she gave me fuck.
Close enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Karma is a Cat, a lyric of hers. And Ranch.
Oh.
This is
after her favorite dressing?
No. She went to No, this is very inside baseball.
Okay.
Or should I say inside football? Look at the camera for the people who know what I'm referencing. She went to a football game. That's why I did inside football.
Is it because she's dating a football player?
Yes, but she went to a Chiefs game.
Uh-huh.
and a Taylor Swift fan Twitter account posted her like in the box.
Wait, I know none of her music, but I know this.
Yeah, you know this.
You're very aware
because
of
it
this.
was crazy.
Yeah.
This person that's like a big fan of Taylor Swift on the Twitter said Taylor Swift is eating chicken nuggets with ketchup and seemingly ranch. And seemingly ranch went huge.
Yeah.
So I made a bracelet that said ranch.
Oh, so you made some of these.
I made some of these. I think actually the ranch is the only one that I made. The other ones I gave out. Aww. Actually, I think I made Bombalurina. Do you want that one? Yeah. Let's like to the camera. So yeah, this is like what it's about.
Finally.
Thank you so much.
You got a friendship bracelet.
Oh, it has a clasp.
It does have a clasp.
It over my tiny hand.
Yeah. I was gonna mention it. I was like, oh, I guess it just works.
I have the hands of a toddler.
Are they really that tiny? Oh, Jesus.
They're small.
You're so little.
I have long fingers.
Yeah.
Same.
Specifically.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I'm not wearing them because I didn't know if I would clatter.
I'm
Oh,
so
thank you.
excited.
Yes.
I've never gotten one of these. I did not understand.
Yeah.
And
So
now
now
I
you
know.
understand.
Thank you so much, Trevor.
Of course.
Do you feel closer to Taylor Swift?
I feel closer to Bombalurina.
Fair.
So yes.
I guess cross that off of the things I can rant about on this podcast.
There we go.
Yeah.
Slowly
Oh,
but
sorry.
surely.
If that was a big part of your bit.
Somehow I'll find something else to be mad about for no fucking reason.
But yeah, so that was another big part was the friendship bracelets. And it was a really cool thing because like going to the concert, it was like walking up and walking to your seats. There was all these people and it was like, hey, do you want to trade bracelets?
Cute.
Yeah. And it was really fun just doing it and trading it with like complete strangers and like getting a bracelet from like a 10-year-old. It was like, this is like everything to me. All I've known my whole life is Taylor Swift
Like,
or
all
something.
I have are ones that say fuck.
Yeah, and I was like, ugh, don't look at this one. Yeah.
It is very Barbenheimer because it does feel
Yeah.
like a similar vibe too. Because we went opening night to Barbie and everyone in pink, and leaving the theater, everyone was like, "Bye, Barbie, bye, Ken."
Yes.
Like it was a very similar, just like, oh, we all just kind of shared this little moment, and yeah, you could really feel that we all kind of needed this.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what like this really was.
Yeah.
Was the Eras tour.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Katie Stone makes. We know her.
I love her.
Who when she's we posted for questions was like, does Trevor know you're doing this? I got great news. Was asking about what is a secret song?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so she like a secret song or did she say surprise song?
She said secret. She might have meant surprise song.
I think she meant surprise song. I don't know what is it, Katie.
I said, well,
that might make sense because Tiffany Brain asked also what's the best surprise song.
and she was asking which one you hoped you got.
Oh, great. Okay,
I'm just
yeah.
trying, well, like the things of the tour, the things
Yeah,
because
yeah,
now I know
yeah.
we have Sabrina Carpenter doing her freaky little poses. and I
Yeah.
love that. Like
Ooh,
what?
I love her little freaky little poses. They're so funny.
For Junos, I
They're
love
so
them.
funny. Oh, so funny. So she did during each concert. It was the same song every concert, or same set list every concert, except she did 2 surprise songs. So those surprise songs were songs that were not on the set list, but she has made in the past. And it was part of like the eras. Let's like listen. Let's do other songs from other eras that you didn't really get within the concert. So for my concert that I went to, which there's a whole thing behind it. I went to so Taylor Swift announced the Eras tour. She was doing 3 dates in LA. And then it all sold out. So she added more dates. She added 2 dates to LA. I couldn't get tickets to any of those 5 dates. And then randomly one day she was like, meh, we're going to do a 6th date. And that's the one that I was able to go to. So that was August 7th. And for that date, her songs were Dress, which is from Reputation. And it's about the chorus is, I only bought this dress so you could take it off. Like it's like
Taylor.
Yeah, it was like her first song where people were like, this is so sexual. Just like right in your face.
Yeah.
Sexual, which go off, queen.
Put it
away. She her second song was Exile, which is also like finding love while you're feeling like you're in exile. and all that stuff. So it was great setup for surprise songs. The Dress, my sister, that's like one of her favorite songs. Exile is one of mine, so we like really got it. It was amazing. Ends up, this gets into like the Tay lore of it all. There's all the, I know, all the like hidden secrets, the Easter eggs that Taylor Swift does, blah, 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 which I try not to get into because I think people that get really into it kind of like go off the deep end sometimes.
It sometimes feels a little conspiracy theory-ish.
Very conspiracy theory-ish.
Yeah, where she wore this color and it's on the 13th day and in 13 minutes we're like, okay.
Yeah, and they're doing math and I'm like, I can promise you no one's doing this math.
No.
I'm terrified to say the word because I think they'll appear in my comments, but Gaylors.
Yeah, them too.
I'm scared they'll come for me. They're in our comments now. I've summoned them. Do you know
Them
about this?
No.
Oh, there's a whole subsection of Taylor Swift fans that are convinced she's in the closet, that she's in a secret relationship with
That model.
Carly Kloss.
Yeah, she was. She was in a secret
And there's a
relationship.
bunch of nods to her and her stuff.
I mean, if that were true, good for both of them.
And it's that same level of finding secret coded meanings if you add up and you triangulate with the sun on that day that she's
then she
a lesbian.
mapped on Carly. All
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, I also won't get into it, but there's really not. It's a lot of people really trying to find something that is not there. But for this specific date, so
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't hurt me.
don't find us.
Please don't hurt me.
Don't find us.
I have a family. I have a cat. I have.
You have a husband too. Second to your
but
cat.
he knows how to open cans if I die.
Great.
He won't open them for Rizzo?
Oh, that's true. He would.
I just imagine Eric being like, you figure it out.
Figure it out.
Your mother's gone. Man up.
You're the man of the house now.
That's true. He can open cans and the cat likes him more than me. So.
But still don't come for us.
I'd love to not die most days.
Yeah.
But her relationship with Travis Kelce was like they dated for like a couple months before it was like announced. And the show I went to, like I said, was August 7th. This is me getting crazy. I'm so sorry.
That's what we're here
do
for.
it.
This is a safe space.
August 7th, 8-7. His jersey number is 87. She sings Dress. I only bought this dress so you could take it off. Which is like,
But also, there are 87 lesbians in the world.
so it could be. She was with
Really
any of
could
those-
go either way.
Yeah, you have no idea.
That seems like the right math.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Roughly 87.
Yeah. That seems fair to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those were what my surprise songs were. To answer Katie's question, the ones that I wanted were Back to December, which is my favorite song of hers. That's from Speak Now. And it's about Taylor Lautner. And because they dated for a hot sec, and she regretted it.
He loves a Taylor.
He does.
He really loves a Taylor.
His wife is named Taylor
Yeah.
Lautner.
Yeah, and she is also a Taylor Swift fan. So
Spectacular.
They all seem like really well adjusted with one another.
yeah,
It's really healthy and nice to
it's
see.
very healthy.
It's just like, yeah, we dated, and now I'm married to this other girl.
Same name.
We had a really great relationship that you screwed up.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah, and Taylor like admitted it because she wrote a song about it. Yeah. She was like, "Yeah, I messed this one. This one's on me. The other one's on you guys. This one's on me."
That has to feel good for Taylor Lautner. Of just
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm the infallible.
Yeah, exactly. There's like memes everywhere of like Taylor Swift as death with a scythe coming for like all of her exes, but Taylor Lautner is just like, I'm fine. So I wanted that one, and then another one I really wanted was Holy Ground, which is from Red, and it's one of those songs that like never really took off, but I was immediately a big fan of it. And all the Swifties were like, "Really? That's your favorite song off the album?" And I was like,
Give
"Yes."
me that bracelet.
I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yes, it is. It's my favorite. It's fine." And people were like, "Okay, yeah, it's fine, whatever." And then several years later, Taylor Swift did an acoustic version on like BBC Radio 1. And suddenly all the Swifties were like, this has always been an amazing song. I've always loved it. I was like, no, you didn't. You are all lying. I even called out a specific friend who said that to me. She was like, I've always loved Holy Ground. I was like, you came at
Say
me.
her name. How
dare you?
Shannon.
Shannon.
Come on.
You fair weather Swiftie.
Yeah. Fair weather Swiftie. Ugh. Love her, one of my best friends.
But let's drag her.
Yeah, she was the one that I sang Love Story with all those years ago where I was like, I think I like Taylor. See, I like Shannon except for that one thing.
Except for that one.
That one thing. So those
we'll
were the two. We'll
unleash all the Gaylors in our comments on Shannon.
On Shannon.
We're not the ones you want. Shannon said there's no way.
Come at her. But anyway, yeah, those were the surprise songs that I wanted, and I was really bummed. For a while, Taylor Swift would sing a surprise song and then would never sing that song again for Eras Tour. She's like, these are one and done, so you never know what I'm going to sing, but you'll never know, or you will know what I won't sing, kind of thing. I'm going to try and get my whole catalog.
Oh, wow.
And then she went on a break and came back, and she was like, you know what? No, I just want to sing what I want. So sometimes I'll sing the same song over and over again because I want to, because I'm Taylor Swift. And we're like, fine. But yeah, so those were the ones that I wanted.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Were there other ways that the tour evolved from start to finish? Tiffany Brain had asked this too, of like between opening and closing, were there any big shifts to everything, or did it stay pretty consistent throughout for everybody?
It stayed pretty consistent. There was a lot of kind of trial and error at the beginning, like concerts. There were like, if you
3 shows in, she was like, I should sing the song.
Yeah, she was just oh right, I shouldn't just dance for 3 hours. No, there was some like choreography that was like dropped, or there was some songs, I don't remember the specific ones, that when it started, all of the dancers were on stage, and then they were like, let's let the dancers kind of have a little bit of a break. So they would, the dancers went through a lot. In a good way. They did great. They did amazing.
But that's
amazing.
a long
That's a lot.
night.
Yeah.
And I mean, touring is exhausting. You think about how tired you are, traveling from point A to point B.
For like 2 years.
Yeah.
That's a very long time.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then it shifted. Sometimes she would like add in an extra song. When she announced Speak Now, Taylor's version for the Speak Now section, she used to just sing one song. She sang just Enchanted, and then she added another song, Long Live. And so that was going on for a little bit. The band Haim opened for Taylor Swift, and they have a song with Taylor Swift on Evermore. And so they would come out and sing that song for as long as they were with Taylor Swift.
You would like that one.
Yeah.
That's when they were conspiring to murder a man.
It's straight up about murder.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah.
I
body, no crime.
Mm-hmm. I fuck with Goodbye Earl.
Yeah. Goodbye Earl is so good.
It's so good.
I love the Chicks.
I love the Chicks
I love
too.
They're wonderful.
They should have put a different word in front of Chicks.
Yeah.
I like that they changed it, but the Chicks is not a good band name.
Yeah.
Because every time I say it, most people go, who? And then I have to say their original name, and it's like, well, this kind of didn't.
Yep. It feels very artist formerly known as Prince.
Yep.
Very.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very. Yeah. I listened to, what's their album? Fly, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I listened to that for the first
think
time last year.
I think that's the one with Goodbye Earl on it.
It is.
And it's got.
I had never heard Goodbye Earl
Oh,
before
that album is
Such a banger.
so good.
It's so good. And I was like,
That's
listening to
got-
Goodbye Earl and I was like, oh!
Is that the one with Cowboy Take Me Away, too?
It should
Maybe.
be. I think they were on
It
the
sounds
same line.
familiar. They did it.
cool.
Yeah, they did a song with Taylor Swift too on Lover, called "Soon You'll Get Better," and it's the saddest song ever. And she said that she would never perform it live because it's about her mom who's battling cancer at the time. So it's like "Soon You'll Get Better," but it's really just like about Taylor like almost convincing herself that her mom's going to get better. Luckily, her mom did. But yeah, it's very sad. And she's like, I'm never going to sing this live. And then the pandemic happened. And, all those like artists were doing special concerts or whatever. And Taylor just performed that song. And she was playing the piano and it was so sweet. But you could tell she would like almost like didn't want to be there and didn't want to sing it. Because then like when she's done, she kind of just like looks off camera. And I don't know, it's just really sad. But the Chicks do background vocals on it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, let's get a murder song from the Chicks and Taylor.
Yes.
But to continue on, so Haim did that song for a little bit, and then Taylor Swift released another album because she never stops, called Tortured Poets Department, and that was like the second leg of the tour, and so they added a bunch of songs from that, and then took out some songs.
Okay.
Just so it stayed at that 3 hours.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So roughly how many songs? We got a question from Ivan Blevins. How many songs in total did Taylor perform on the tour? I'm not going to ask you to do that math, but
no idea. Couldn't even guess. It had to be, it had to be like around like 30, 40 something.
Wikipedia is saying between 44 and 46 songs a night.
Yeah, it's hard to also quantify because there was a few times where she did a medley.
Okay.
So sometimes she didn't perform the full song.
Right.
But
it was a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot to do every night. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess not every night. She had like 3 or 4 days of a break, but
she could rest a little.
She could rest a little. Yeah, no, those rest days are like, I'm going to travel now.
Yeah.
Which is not rest at all.
Slowly induce
or record a new album.
Yeah.
I was like, why? You didn't need to do this. We love you. You didn't need to rest, girl.
Rest, Taylor.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Katie asked, I don't know what this question means. Who do you think of when you hear the song All Too Well? Is it Katie? I assume.
The funny thing is, a little. A little. I don't think I really think of, I know what she's implying. Like if there's anyone in my past life in my life that I think of that like maybe like a hardcore breakup.
Okay.
Because this is like a hardcore breakup song. And to answer that part of it, no. Yeah. But a little bit of me thinking of Katie is one time briefly we talked about singing. So Taylor Swift released All Too Well on Red. Mm-hmm. And when it came out, that was considered her best song, and to this day considered her best song she's ever made. And by a lot of people, by a lot of critics. And it's about like a 4-minute song, and she was like, yeah, so it's a great song. I really love it. It originally started out of 15 minutes of a song of just her like kind of winging it and playing in front of her band. And then we narrowed it down to 10 and narrowed it down to 4 or 5 or whatever it is. And someone brought it up. It was like, oh, that's crazy. And she was like, yeah. And my mom actually got the recording of the full 10-minute version. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. And so like for years, everyone was like, well, let's hear it. Let's hear a 10-minute version of All Too Well. And when she released Red Taylor's version, she did release the full 10-minute version of the song. And it's great. It's incredible. Why I kind of think of Katie is one time briefly we talked about doing the All Too Well 10-minute version at a karaoke. Because that would be so funny if there's like bartenders there like they want to like listen to other songs or sing other songs, but for 10 minutes straight you have to listen to one song.
Oh, I'd love that.
I think it would be great.
I hold people hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. It's All Coming Back to Me Now, which is like an 8-minute song.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's horrible.
I didn't know it was so 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I guess I just listened to it on the radio. There must be a radio version.
If you do the full version, it's 8 minutes long, and it's just you being like, well, strap in, folks.
Yeah. I would... Yeah, that's a great song.
And devious.
Yeah.
I love it. You should absolutely do a 10-minute song.
Yeah.
Katie, I approve of this. I don't know you. Go do it.
Taylor Swift did do the 10-minute version on SNL.
Yes.
Yeah, so she, instead of doing 2 songs like they normally do, she just did one 10-minute song, and it was great. It was amazing. There was like scene change, there was like stage changes, and like, it was so good.
Well, speaking of sort of the production value and all that, we got a question from You Cut Me Off Mid-Funk just asking about, like, people gladly were paying like $2,000 a ticket for this.
Yeah.
What do you think made this such a must-go event? Like, what justified this ticket price for people?
I think, well, for me personally, to what I said earlier about me not being a concert goer, I don't see the point of concerts being more than $75. I'm just like...
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Taylor, I was like, okay, I'll spend a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fan. And then we ended up spending a little bit more than a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't remember how much. I think it was in the $200 range, which is way out of what I would normally pay for a concert. I think it was the experience for speaking broadly, it is the experience. It is kind of, I hate to keep bringing back into Barbenheimer, but I think that was another such a good like comparison. Yeah. It was kind of everyone's doing it, but it is the experience of finding like-minded people, trading friendship bracelets. It's a very, very social event. You're all together. Everyone's dancing. Everyone's singing. Everyone's just having a good time. Everyone's dressing up.
Yeah.
And there's all these different eras you could dress up. And also Taylor Swift, of course, like, who knows if she's going to drop something. So there's a mystique about it as well. And it was, I think it was just like the event of the year. I mean, a lot of people around the same time, and they saved our global economy. Beyonce was doing her concert.
Yeah.
And they literally saved our global economy. I was like, not exaggerating, like, which is great for them. But a lot of people are spending a lot of money on those tickets as well. I could only choose one. So I chose Taylor Swift, who I am a bigger fan of, but I'm also a big fan of Beyonce one day.
I think also it probably doesn't hurt because there is, there's the, maybe she'll drop something new, but also like hearing you talk about it, it's like, if there is the consistency of she's going to play all her greatest hits, it's going to be 3+ hours. Mm-hmm. We kind of know what the production value looks like. It's not like seeing a band and there's that risk of, I don't know, man, they had an off night. They played for like an hour and didn't do any of their hits.
Yeah.
It's like, you're getting a show where if that ticket price is worth it to you, you're getting the show that justifies that price.
Yeah,
you'll get your free bird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. Yep. You'll get the one that you want. And also, such a big part of the Eras Tour that I forgot to mention was the live streams. Live streaming on TikTok and Instagram. People were, like, that became their income. There's this one creator, Tess, and she was at the forefront of it. And she, like, had... It felt like a science fiction movie, like, computer of all these different live streams, and she like had like a mouse, a computer mouse, and she would pick a live stream that was like going really well, because sometimes there's like buffering or their phone dies because they're live streaming a concert, and so she would like find another one, and then she would put their ats or whatever their usernames are and be like, hey, follow this person, give them a like. And eventually she even started raising money for charity, and she would raise like thousands of dollars per concert.
Yeah.
Dang.
For charity. So it became another thing where even with live streams, if you're just like scrolling through Instagram or TikTok, just their live streams, eventually the Taylor Swift Eras Tour is going to come up. So you could watch it and see like how much fun everyone's having and be like, maybe I do want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We talked about a few of the people who were opening acts.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany Brain, again, wants to know, who was the best opening act for the tour, in your opinion?
I got there and it was so crowded at SoFi that I missed the opening acts seeing them. I got to hear Haim for a little bit, which was great. They sounded good. Don't know if they were a good stage presence. But I think the best one was, it had to be Sabrina Carpenter because, I mean, she was already popular, but that shot her into the stratosphere, And then Taylor Swift would bring her on. Same with Stacey Abrams to an degree, but I think Sabrina Carpenter just kind of had way more of a follow-through afterwards.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to that, but also Sabrina's just been around for a bit, so she can do that. And Espresso is one of the greatest songs ever made. But... yeah, so she was probably the best one. I didn't see her. She didn't open for my concert at all. But that just kind of shows the power of Taylor, or just of opening for a very famous act and how that can show up. It's the same with Chappell Roan and Olivia Rodrigo.
Right.
Like, Chappell Roan, like, no one would come to see her before Olivia Rodrigo concerts, and then everyone was showing up early just to watch her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick pickup. Is it Gracie Abrams?
What
or
did
Stacey
I say?
Abrams?
Did I say Stacey?
Stacey, who's a...
Stacey Abrams is a politician.
Okay.
No, Stacey Abrams was just telling everyone to vote.
Wow.
We love Stacey Abrams. Gracie Abrams, great too. Only one of them, the daughter of J.J. Abrams. And
I'll let you figure out
I'll
which
let you
one.
decide who that was.
Great.
My bad.
No worries.
Rhyming words.
Just in case you wanted to do a pickup. Otherwise, I like this interaction very much.
I think I like it.
Sweet.
I think I say let's keep it. Okay. Let's say Stacey Abrams, and then we'll keep the correction.
Hell yeah.
And I really like it. It'll get people to vote.
There we go. We need more of that. Please do it.
Yeah.
Just in time.
just in time for the polls.
Reviewed by Nick wanted to know, do you think she'll ever do another tour like this? Like asking stadium tour, but I wonder even just something at this scale, because it seems like a lot.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think she should.
Yeah.
I think the reason I don't think she should is like, girl, you did it already.
Well,
Like,
the worst thing you could do is try to
just
do it
rest.
again and it doesn't go
Right.
quite as well. And then suddenly, even if you're still very popular, even if you're still making music that resonates with people, suddenly you're in the has-been category, fairly or not.
Yeah.
And this was lightning in a bottle that would be hard to recreate.
Yeah, and there's not much novelty to doing it again.
She's also, I mean, she's still very young,
Yeah.
but it's like, do you want to be doing this in 10 years? You know, at 40? Like, I feel like it was the perfect intersection of like time, place. She was sort of physically in a place and like had the time in her career where it made sense to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know someone who was like a big part of the tour, who was on the tour the whole time, and it was exhausting. Like,
Oh my God,
obviously,
that's what I'm saying. Not that a 40-year-old can't tour, but like at that
That's-
fucking magnitude.
that's exhausting for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily, from what it sounds like it was a really like healthy environment, and everyone got paid very well. Obviously,
She's gonna be settled down and married to Carly Kloss.
yeah.
Is that right? Is that who it is? Did I make that up?
No, it's Carly Kloss or is it Koss? I don't keep up with models.
I don't.
She's
I think
the
it's
one who
Kloss.
does a lot of
It's
coding.
Stacey Abrams.
It's Stacey Abrams. She's in a relationship with Stacey Abrams.
I think it's Carly Clark.
Yeah, it's Carly Kloss. Yeah, because they went to a 1975 concert together, and there's footage of them like up in this like rafters or whatever, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, they kissed!" Like we got it on footage, and it is the grainiest footage.
I also feel like I know many, many straight women who are just
I
like,
was literally about to be like, no, that doesn't make anyone a lesbian. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
That too, and also like it looked like Taylor or I forgot who initiated, but like one of them was talking to the other one, and they're at a full-on concert where you can't hear anything. So like the only way you can talk to someone is to get right into their ear.
Mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get right into their mouth.
that's
Exactly.
So I do it.
what I keep telling Chris. It's the only way you'll be able to hear me. Come here.
just let me talk right into this.
Yeah. New version of the podcast. Yeah.
That's on the Patreon.
There's no mics. It's just us.
Just talking into each other's
Just
mouth.
baby birding our own opinions to one another. It's really, really beautiful.
I love that.
Well, if Taylor's not doing it, Joseph DeFilippis was just asking if you envision any other artists following in her footsteps. Like, would you want to see someone else do such a like big retrospective kind of tour?
I mean, oh yeah. I mean, and she's not the first
Sure.
either. I think Paul McCartney
She
did
invented
it.
music.
She invented music. That's what I believe.
No one ever wrote a song before.
Yeah, she perfected it in the very least.
They were just tuning up.
Yeah, they were just. It's
I
all
think I
built
stole
up.
that from something.
But yeah, so she's not the first, and she won't be the last. I think Madonna, soon after Eras Tour, or as Eras Tour was going on, she announced that she was going to do it, but then had to cancel it for like personal reasons. But I think, yeah, definitely people are going to do it. I bet Lady Gaga has to at some point. I feel like she's really the next one that I would think. I can't think of anyone else at the top of my head right now. I mean, yeah, I guess Beyonce hasn't either. I just feel like Beyonce wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know. I just feel like Beyonce wouldn't do like a retrospective.
I just feel like, yeah.
I
I
don't.
feel like
I have no
Beyonce's like,
reason.
I got a fucking family. Like she tours for sure,
Yeah.
but like,
Maybe that's it. Is when she tours, she doesn't do a lot of dates.
does
So,
she
like,
not?
I don't think so.
She's got a family. She's got stuff to do. Yeah. Again, I feel like the intersection of like, this makes sense in your career. This makes sense for kind of
Right.
your life that you have almost 2 full years to commit to this, or a year and change to commit to this rigorous of a schedule.
Yeah.
Not to downplay regular touring, because that's a beast in and of itself.
Oh,
but,
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anyone else. I'm trying to think of people who are kind of like on almost like where a level where Taylor Swift probably was before the pandemic. Maybe, I don't think Ariana Grande would do it because now she's like also acting as well. Yeah, I can't think of anyone else.
Does this serve me getting an EGOT?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Does this align with my Audrey Hepburn dreams?
Right.
Yeah.
She got SpongeBob. She's busy.
She is
Yeah.
SpongeBob. Yeah.
Logan finally watched Wicked, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did he think?
He was not super into it until around Dancing Through Life.
Sure.
And then also for Ariana, he was like, she's fine. And then once Popular happened, he was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is fine. But I explained to him the SpongeBob thing. And I was like, you have to talk to Amy about this. He was like, wait, no, pause this. Him? He? SpongeBob?
He.
Yeah.
Him, he.
Him, he.
They all, like, all.
Pronouns Sponge/Bob.
Sponge/Bob. Yeah.
The reaction all of us had of, okay. And then didn't know all the drama about it, too. Because he was like, I mean, he must be really nice and funny. I was like, wait, hold on. Leave your family for that guy, or have that man leave his family for you? And he was like, oh, what? So much nonsense.
New family.
She
Not
held
even
the
just
baby.
a family. New baby.
Yeah.
None of my business, like what consenting adults do between themselves, but she did hold the baby. And I can't, that baby didn't consent to be held by her.
So wild.
That's crazy. Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, Julia Goodwin Writer wants to know, when do you think Taylor will drop her self-titled album redo?
I knew this was going to come up.
Yeah.
I knew that. And it has to, I think legally has to be this year because her trademark runs out. She keeps renewing the trademark for her self-titled and Reputation. Those are the only 2 albums that she hasn't released the re-records. But there's she's been absent from all of social media for over 100 days, which rest. That's fine. But also all the Swifties were like, what's happening? And she appeared at the Grammys and we're like, she has to be announcing something. And she didn't, which is fine. But it's also time's ticking. Legally, you have to release these at some point. She might do a double drop then. I mean, literally we're already past Q1. What's she gonna do?
Taylor,
I'm speaking from a business. The reports are due. Yeah, I mean, there was she had to go through some legal stuff for, I think, a song on her self-titled, and there's just a lot that went on behind the scenes. I think for that specific one. And I think Reputation as well, because that was that was the most recent album. She had to wait a certain amount of time. I don't know. But hopefully this year.
Okay.
We're begging.
Hope so.
We're begging. We want it.
And we kind of covered some things here, but Stan is Awesome wrote in asking, is there anything the fans don't like about the community or other fans part of the community?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know about generalized. I can speak from a personal.
Yeah.
tell us what grinds your gears.
What grinds my gears about the Swifties is I think there is this big judgment of you have to be obsessed. Oh, no. It's you have to love everything Taylor ever has done and everything she is, I guess. When I feel that borderlines, to lack of a better phrase, worship.
Yeah.
And it feels weird to me. It feels very weird to me. I mean, there are songs of Taylor's that I don't like, and that's fine. And sometimes there's things that she's done where it was why did she make this choice?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But I think if you even if you look up to someone or have an idol, I think it's also important to note their flaws and note that they are flawed.
Yeah.
Because we literally are all flawed.
Most of us, true.
Okay. Wow. The Gaylords disagree.
Okay. Shh. They can hear you.
That makes sense, though. I mean, there's a big difference between being a fan and then being a sycophant,
Yes.
So
exactly.
it's odd.
And I feel I mean, I don't know Taylor at all, but I feel she would admit that she's made mistakes in the past, and I think that's fine. And there's probably songs of hers she's like, yeah, we shouldn't have released that. Like, it just wasn't good or something. I don't know. Or we should have done something different. There was a song, I can't remember the name of it at the top of my head, but it was on the Red album and people like hated it. And it's also like just really not that good. And then when she did the re-record, they like did a full re-record. They did like completely, she brought Jack Antonoff in and was like, fix this. And it ended up being like pretty good. So, yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Anything else you want to leave the good people with about
I don't think so.
Ms. Swift?
Miss Swift, if anyone knows her, tell her to come on. Time's ticking. We need the new re-record. Just give us it. Don't give us anything else. Don't even talk to us. Just give us the music.
We're in Q2, Tay-Tay.
Yeah, we're in Q2. But no, I don't think I have anything else. I love being a part of the Swiftie community. And I love talking about this because it does feel like after the Eras Tour ended, it's like, what am I doing? Like, there's nothing to do. I used to play the live streams like every like Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not doing anything. Might as well have the live stream of the tour that I've already been to and have already seen on a live stream 100 times. Like, might as well. Or like I would do something like if Saturday Night Live was on, I would like watch Saturday Night Live and then also have the like live stream like a crazy person.
Similarly, they live streamed a whole lot of old Jimmy Buffett concerts during the pandemic, so I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just as relevant and cool.
Yeah.
You are. Yeah.
No, like totally. You are.
Did the Coral Reefers ever do anything with her?
I don't know what that means.
Jimmy Buffett's band.
Oh, I don't know.
Get out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for your episode.
I've done that episode. Well, great.
Thank you.
I'm glad. I hope that post-Eras Tour depression was lifted today.
I think it was.
Hooray.
I think
It ended a year ago?
Pretty much ended like
We're
back
scrolling. It's a long Wikipedia
in
page.
December.
Oh, okay.
It's huge.
Not that long ago.
Yeah, not that long ago.
We're only in quarter two.
We're only in Q2. It's fine.
Because of the live streams, you can go back to December all the time.
That's a Taylor.
It's supposed to be September, but I'm proud of myself.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Again, my favorite song of hers.
And like the Coral Reefers would say.
Margaritaville.
You get it.
There we go. See, we
The
got
one
it.
reference I can do.
You got it.
Trevor, where can the people follow you?
You can follow me
Because the Gaylords are coming.
Because the Gaylords are coming. Actually, nowhere. I actually don't exist. I am AI. This is AI. No, you can.
Your Hungarian accent.
Yeah, thank you.
So
We'll
good.
fix it in post. You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is Wags to Witches, which sounds easy, but I've had to explain it to people. It's WAGG, 2 G's, S, TO, spelled out. And then witches, like the end of sandwiches, not like witches, like WICHES. It's like rags to riches, but it's wags to witches, 2 G's.
Because it's your last name.
Because it's my last name.
I got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you can follow me, see all the shows that I do. Do a show called Pleather with Amy. Do a show called Rockin' Awesome Improv Show, Newly with Amy. And then I do my own shows.
Nice.
Do other stuff too.
Not with Amy.
No, not these. I made sure were not Amy involved at all. It's like I've had enough.
2 out of 3. That's
Yeah.
fair. Buddy, if I could tap out, I would. Not like a kill myself way.
No, just
Thank you for clarifying.
yeah, just like you want to rest.
It's just like a little
breaky break.
breaky break.
Yeah, a little breaky break.
Just let that bitch just get on my nerves. You know what I mean? But it's me. But if you're not sick of me,
Hey!
you could validate me further. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Two Filthy Casuals Pod. If you're listening to this, we're on YouTube at Two Filthy Casuals Pod. If you're watching this and you need your eyes for other things, like driving or looking upon a sunset,
One of my favorite pastimes.
put the phone. If you're gazing upon a lover, close YouTube, pull up the podcast,
Yeah.
and keep the party going.
I'd rather look at a sunset.
Whatever you gaze upon. Yeah. It's really not my concern.
Yeah.
Gaze?
Gaylord.
There we go.
There we go.
Circle.
The clues are everywhere if you're smart enough to find them. And go to Patreon.
Yes, please.
If you want to harass me, go pay $5 at patreon.com/twofilthycasualspod for bonus episodes every single month.
If you guys gotta go there now, there will be episodes on Muppet Treasure Island.
Yep.
And The Black Cauldron.
Yep.
Ooh.
And riding the Fast and the Furious ride one last
Oh,
time.
yeah.
That's all we got. Thank you so much for being here, Trevor.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for... Hold on, give me a minute.
Yep.
Thank you
You got this.
for
You're going to be able to do it.
speaking now
There we
on
go.
this podcast.
Ooh,
Fighting
that was
for your
good.
life.
No, it was good. No, I liked it.
Just a trickle of blood.
Is your chicken blood?
Oh my god. All right. Until next time, I'm Amy Newman.
I'm Chris Carr.
And remember, if you followed this fandom, you'd be home by now.
Bye.
Bye.